Hey, hey.
Now when you talking with OC, now when you talking with OC, now when you talking with OC, game lacing with no fee. You tuned in once, now tune in twice. They say life's a gamble when we rolling the dice. Well, if that's the case, everything here was 4-3 and 7 on their ass when you talking with OC. Claiborne, real with it, homie, he Bayborn. Ain't tripping on these other podcasts cause they born. Pumping through your dial, it'll be worthwhile. Inhaling from the grass, they yelling that turf wild. Check the profile, every way he move is legit. If he put you on the station, then you know it's a hit. And ain't gon' quit, you can tell the way that.
We back.
We back.
And we
Welcome
back.
back.
You
Welcome
ain't
back.
you ain't
Welcome
never
back.
had a friend like me.
Hey. Oh, that's that one. That's that one. Man, up in this joint,
I
man.
ride for you, you ride for me.
Man, you ain't gonna never.
What's going on with you, Big AC?
Oh man, niggas still don't want that smoke, man. Glad to be back up in this motherfucker, man. What a game 7, huh? What a series, huh? What a week, what a month. Summer is here officially, folks. Welcome to summer. Even though the weather ain't agreeing with that their statement, because it's been a little bit chilly in the Willie.
Yeah. Well, I was out the country for a minute, so
I saw that basking in the beauty of the sun, man. Tell me about it.
yeah, it was cool. Anytime you go to Mexico, Cancun, or anything like that, make sure you get all inclusive at one of them resorts because
Yes.
they cater to you. Everything is for you.
Yeah, no doubt. Just stay away from the tap water and everything will be fine.
Stay away from the water.
That's
Get
it. That's
the
it.
bottled water all day.
That part right there. That part right
Yeah,
there. I think I'd
yeah,
rather take in a couple microplastics or whatever they say come in bottled water than be
yeah.
drinking something about the tap that might send you to the infirmary.
Well, that weather is muggy. It's not. It's
Yeah,
hot, but it's muggy. It's like
yeah,
man. I don't know. I've never been in the oven before. I
right,
went there.
right,
Yeah.
man. Like I said, like man, that reminds me of when I was staying in Atlanta, Georgia for a little while. Man, like that heat sticks to you. I'm talking about like
Yeah.
it might only say 85 degrees, but when you throw in that humidity. Man, you throw in that humidity and you got nothing but t-shirt sticking to you. It's nice to look at with the ladies, but
Yeah.
it sucks for the rest of us.
Yeah. They had cheeks walking around everywhere. It was cheeks
Hey,
everywhere, man. I was like, man,
I saw a post that you let in earlier in the week talking about man they got him, they
they
got him,
got them.
they got
They got
him.
them out here. Yeah,
Man.
but
Hey,
it's a new beginning. I
yeah.
turned 50 today, so
Woo!
it's a new beginning for me. You know what I'm saying? It's not the
Happy
end; it's a new
birthday, brother.
beginning. Uh,
And it's a blessing to be counted. You
yeah.
dig? I mean, man, the
Hmm.
5-0, the big 5-0, like, man, you think about that. They celebrated the hell out of hip hop for a half a century, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, that is something to be saluted and not overlooked. Man, happy mother effing birthday.
Thank
Actually,
you.
I'm right behind you. We proclaimed the same grade in school, but I just turned 49 a couple weeks ago, and I'm gonna tell you,
Okay. Okay.
this ain't nothing to be sneezing at, man.
Mm-mm.
To
Mm-mm.
get to this point in our life,
Mm-hmm.
able-bodied and still with with the snap and the snap and the vigor to get out and keep going, man. I salute brothers, man. Like I see Doobie out there all the time, as well as I see Compton, getting it in, man. You see them workout
Mm-hmm.
videos them brothers put on. That's inspirational. To
Yeah. Yeah.
to know
Yeah.
that it's a lot of people our age just rolling out the bed, bro, rubbing on Bengay and whatever, icy hots and all the rest of that craziness. You did just to slip on a pair of shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I got you move it or lose it.
you got to, man, and like, man, let's just make that a little mini theme right there, man. Like, I, I was always told when you cross over the bridge of becoming 40 years old, man, it's your job now to take care of your body. Up until that point in life, your body takes care of you. You
Yeah.
did you
Yeah.
get
Yeah.
hurt,
Yeah.
man, you bounce back in a couple of days. You be all right. You get sick and your immune system kicks it out and you keep pushing. But as you get a little older, you got to eat the right things. You got to put the right supplementation in your body. And when I say that, I'm not talking about that ground up in a factory or a laboratory type of stuff. The right natural supplementation would be great. That's what I'm gonna endorse. But any kind of supplementation that's enriching your body, putting precious minerals and things back into your joints and all of that. Gotta have it. Gotta have it.
Gotta have it. Gotta have it. I just want to say thank you to everybody out there that wished me a happy birthday on Facebook, called me up today.
Yeah.
All of that's been pretty good. But this whole journey, this
Right.
whole year, this whole thing has taught me a lot about making wholesale changes in my life. So
Hello.
it's gonna be some good. It's gonna be some big changes
Right.
come into my life in the next couple of weeks, in the next year or so. It's
Right.
going to be some big changes.
That's
Big
what's up.
changes.
That's
Hmm.
what's up, no doubt. And you know what I like is the fact that you're not sitting around waiting for what they call New Year's Eve to
Yeah.
get resolute. You ain't sitting around waiting for nobody's calendar day excuse day to get up off your ass and make something happen, right?
Yeah.
You got to shuffle your
Hmm.
feet, man. One in front of the other, one after the next, left to the right. And if you don't keep stepping, I guarantee you will get stepped on.
Oh, for sure, for sure. And,
Yeah,
and, and you have to understand change is inevitable.
it's inevitable, man.
And so, and it's always good that you can wake up and make a change,
No
or
doubt,
you could become a better version of yourself,
man.
and that's what I'm striving for
Yeah,
this time. That's what my trip to Mexico taught me.
man. No
Is you
doubt.
have to become a better version of yourself,
Right.
to continue to see this world, continue to see this country,
Word.
and see things for what they really are.
Yeah. Yeah. No doubt. Like, man, the year or the day that you stop striving to to create the best version of yourself, right? That's
Hmm.
the moment in the time that you start dying. See,
Yeah,
right now you still living full on,
yeah.
right?
Hmm.
Because you
Hmm.
pushing, you make, you working on it, you perfecting your craft and shaping your life to be sculpted in the image that you want it to be.
Yeah.
The moment you start sitting back on your hindies and telling yourself, man, it's cool. I didn't put in a lot of work. I didn't did this. I basically, when you start sitting back on your laurels, I don't care how much
Yeah.
you've accomplished.
Yeah.
You're starting the dying process.
Yeah.
You
No,
dig?
I'm
So,
good. I
so
got to
man,
press on.
hey, that's it.
What you think of what you
Cheers.
think about yeah, what you think about this new crown champion we got?
Wow. So okay, let's just say that's we got the chalk champion this year. And let me go ahead and salute and applaud OKC because man, they have a hell of a squad, right? When you look at what they put together, I get them kind of them kind of vibes and feelings of a young Bulls team or a young Pistons team back in the day. Not so much comparing the styles of play, but just putting together that roster of like, yo, they handcrafted, drafted, and developed these dudes, and you could see it coming for the last
Hmm.
couple of years, right? And they
Hmm.
was the almost team, oh, they're almost in the same league as the Warriors, almost in the same league as that's over with.
Oh, that's over with.
The rest of the league will be lucky to get in the same league as OKC right now. Although I got to give the one Halliburton short Indiana Pacers a lot of props. You never know who's going to get hurt or not. I thought that the Pacers was going to win it if Halliburton was healthy. He didn't make it. I don't like excuses. They just lost. That's what it is. But they pushed them boys and gave us a hell of a 7-game series.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I second that. I second that, and I like what Harvey had to say. He said defensive monsters.
Yeah,
They played good defense. They played good basketball. They didn't do nothing that they didn't normally do through the whole
right,
season.
right.
They came and did whatever they what this is what got us here. This is how we're gonna play. This is how we're gonna do it. We're not gonna get too high over a
Right.
win, and we're not gonna get too low of a loss. We
Man.
we gonna just play basketball.
Hey,
And that
that's it.
coach, that young coach that they got it fits that team.
Man, there we go. Let's tip the cap to Rick Carlisle. Man,
Uh,
he I forget who he won. He won the championship with Dirk Nowitzki and then back in Dallas,
yeah.
right?
Hmm.
That's where he come from. But I just got to give him his props because everybody that threw him over, raked him over the coals, said his career was through. And
No.
look at him resurging, reviving, and man, he got them boys playing ball. That'd be the most what the hell firing if they decided to get rid of that dude for not winning this championship. But I don't think they really expected to be there, so I don't see him leaving up out of there no time soon.
Yeah, I enjoy watching them coach through this
Yes.
whole playoffs. And you can't never say nobody career is over that still have a passion to do it.
No, that's it. No doubt. You know what I'm saying? And I think this showed anybody who doubted that man's acumen that bruh, he know what he doing. That boy know how to coach some ball, and it ain't no doubt about that. So yeah, man, let me definitely tip it to tip my cap to the Pacers, man. It wouldn't mind seeing Miles Turner in a Warriors uniform. I've been wanting that for a little while now, but now that he showed he could play in the playoffs, it really wouldn't hurt. Doubt that's gonna happen, but yeah, we need a big man. We need a big
Yeah,
man.
yeah. And they announced today that KD going to Houston.
Houston. Okay, I'm glad he
Houston.
didn't go. I'm glad he didn't go to San Antonio. I'm gonna tell you the truth. They was throwing a few teams around, and
Yeah.
and Houston was at. I mean, San Antonio was at the top of the list. I ain't gonna lie. I was having a little baby nightmare thinking about him, Wimbenyana, and De'Aaron Fox on the same squad. Man, hey, that's a power
uh,
lineup
yeah.
coming straight out the gate, right? So,
Yeah.
good for the Rockets. They got
Good for the
another.
Rockets.
They got
Hmm.
another player that yeah,
I wish he went to the Heat.
that would have been lovely too. You know,
Yeah.
but see, like
He's scared of that work. He's scared of that work ethic that they got out there. That's what he's scared of. Let's just
yes,
put it out there. He's
let's
scared of
just
that.
put it out there.
And the players are scared of that heat culture. I don't care what nobody say. It's
Yeah,
still
yeah.
anytime you got Pat Riley still running shit, heat culture is gonna be there.
Hey, straight up, you dig? And I mean, I don't think he wanted to. And this is too bad for him because if he would have went in there on the Eric Spoelstra, just how you saw like a plug and play type of adaptation when Jimmy Butler came to the Warriors. Eric Spoelstra trades a lot of notes with Steve Kerr. He would have been able to come in and use Steve. He would have been able to use Kevin Durant seamlessly coming in off the top. Tyler Hero, he showed himself at the beginning of these playoffs too. So, like you said,
Yeah.
the Heat, that would have been a real intriguing choice. But I can't lie, that don't strike no more fear in me knowing that he's in Houston than there was to begin with, right? Like, because I know they had to give up a Jalen Green and a somebody else to get him. They haven't came out with the parameters of the deal yet to say what Houston had to give up to
Hold
get
on.
Kevin Durant.
Hold on.
Uh,
Hey, I'm on the podcast right now.
you
All right.
know the podcast without a name. Don't forget it. Welcome back, y'all. You know we with it. It's been a little bit of a layoff. My man just coming back from over the border. No, he did not bring back none of that ish y'all think y'all want him to bring back. We don't mess around like that. He went down there and brought back some good memories, though, some beautiful images. Y'all got to check them out online, and y'all check my man page out, Facebook, wherever you know he at, man. That's talking with OC, and it's your main man with the plan Big AC, the one.
Hey, yeah, man, it's all good. I miss coming on this thing.
Me too.
Um,
Me too.
it's very therapeutic for me.
Hey, same here. I gotta admit, tell the truth, shame the devil. I'm so damn computer literate, man, that I had a VPN that was blocking me out for several weeks, and I couldn't figure out how to shake that sucker. So the best way to get rid of a VPN is take it off your device. Yeah.
Yeah,
So that there goes my tech,
uh,
my tech
yeah,
advice for the night,
yeah,
man.
yeah. Take it off your device.
Take it off your damn device, man.
If you don't need it, it shouldn't be on there. But if you need
It
it,
shouldn't be.
then
I
yeah,
think I put that thing on there to like do a cleanup and some other stuff because I ain't that good at doing that stuff without help. So
yeah,
I put that and I like in my mind I'm thinking, cool, yeah. Not realizing that it's trying to control and tell me what I can log on to, what I can't, and all this. So yeah,
yeah.
that thing had to go bye bye. Yeah, that thing had to go bye
Yeah,
bye.
no, yeah, as much as we want to do and say about this tech stuff,
Yeah,
you need some help. If you need some help, say you need some help.
hey,
And
you know,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. No,
yeah,
it's
no,
all good, man.
yeah. It's like that's a rabbit hole. Some of us can get lost and stuck in. I love technology as long as it's doing exactly what it's supposed to do. The minute that it starts veering off that path, and then, folks, you can't just load your device up and kill your memory and all that and expect your device to work the same. As soon as it gets to that capacity level, that's when I've realized now that I need to raise my hand and get some help. So yeah, It feels good to be back. What is it? January. Fuck it. Anything that starts with J, the 22nd. Here we are. We up in the building. Yeah, man. Cancers, where you at? It's the beginning of that season, and you say it for a reason.
Yeah,
Gemini, it's been fun.
yeah. They got some good shows coming up. I
Yes.
know Maul got a show at the
Yes.
Yoshi's in April. I mean in August.
Yeah.
Um, he got it's another show coming up that they got in Frisco coming out with Ice T. Ice
Ooh.
T. I think I want to hit that one because I want to see if
Yeah.
I can talk some shit with Ice. See if I
Hey,
can talk
why not?
Ice.
And that's in Sac, or that's somewhere in the Bay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's in
Dope.
the Bay Area. It's in Frisco.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope.
Yeah,
That's dope. We might have to hit that one up together.
yeah, because it's in Frisco. And I think
Yeah.
it's this upcoming Friday. I think it's this upcoming Friday.
Oh,
I'm
next
not
week.
sure. I gotta look at it. I gotta look at it again. I gotta see
Okay.
when it's gonna be. But I'll let you know. Plus I posted it on my one of my pages.
Oh,
So
okay. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
That right there. That's an all-time classic show right there. Man,
yeah,
that old
yeah.
high rollers.
Yeah. You
Like,
can't. Yeah. Ice is just the OG in the game.
man,
And
he,
I just would like to talk to him about just how he navigated.
yeah,
How did you stay away from the? I know you know all of the gangs and you know all of that type of stuff. How did
yeah,
you stay away from that?
man,
How did you what I never I always say when a person is working
yeah,
they are when a person is working they are living their best life because they generate income and they're
right,
able to do whatever it is they need to do for themselves. So
yeah, exactly.
I heard a lot of people talk bad about his acting when he got on TV at playing a cop on
Oh, on
I
Law
forget
and
the name
Order.
of the show. Yeah,
Law,
Law and Order. And
yeah, yeah.
I shake my head over that type of stuff because that's a bag. And
Well,
that's a bag right there.
you
You
know
how
what?
you gonna
It absolutely is. And how does a cop supposed to act?
yeah.
I mean, all you hardcore motherfuckers that don't know nothing about the cops, how you gonna criticize somebody for acting like a cop if you don't know what a cop act like? No, but
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
real, like, hey, I don't think his acting is no worse than the bald head white dude that's always supposed to be Johnny Law on the spot. Like,
yeah,
yeah, what they should have said is he could have been on a better show maybe with better writing. I don't know.
yeah.
I ain't got nothing wrong. It ain't nothing wrong with Ice acting to me. And if we remember back, he was acting from day one.
From day one. Yeah,
From yeah,
that was his interest into the game, period.
exactly. Doing the
Yeah.
music for pop lock and breaking one of them back turbos and ozones and them. Yeah, that was him on the stage talking all that big shit while they was.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was
yeah.
him. That was him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then to go from rap to rock,
man.
to have a rock band and
Yeah,
do his and be as successful as his rap career was.
and see, one thing I'm gonna point out, man, is he just has the step and movement of a true visionary. Now,
Hmm.
at a very perfect time musically, right? In the rap in the game back then, I remember like rock and rap was doing on this collision course, right? Man, you had all them the Limp Bizkit, all these kind of bands, right? That was trying to get that sound together. And Ice wasn't no dummy, man. He went on ahead and made more controversy and stir up with his rock music than he probably even did with his rap music. And man, like you say, dude, how did you navigate? Like he was always had his finger on the pulse, right? And
Yeah,
it wasn't a bad idea that he got with old Coco or whatever. Neither. She
yeah,
show enhanced the visuals along the way,
yeah.
fellas.
Yeah, yeah, but it's one of those things because I watched Darlene,
Yeah,
the first one. I watched Darlene on that 5150 show,
right.
and I can just see how young people, when they're together, but then they grow apart.
There you go.
I could just see how that happens.
Right.
And then when he got older and he got that Coco woman, somebody
Yeah.
else, they just grew together.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Exactly. And
Hmm.
I gotta say that, like, man, credit where credit is due. Like,
Dude,
we all thought maybe she was just gold digging or whatever the
yeah,
hell along
yeah,
the way, but they rock. They done rock
yeah.
together, and she done
Hmm.
done some things on her own. Like I'm sure Ice done some things on his own, you know. But
Yeah.
as long as the side door is open, somebody will be creeping. Don't never doubt that.
No, no, no. I don't doubt that.
Yeah,
But I think that I don't think Ice T get enough credit for what
no
he's
doubt.
done. What he's
Yeah,
done in both genres of entertainment,
yeah,
which is acting and which is music.
yeah, no doubt. You know, he was one of the few lone wolves, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That stood on his own, right?
Hmm.
And yeah, man, much props to Ice
Six in
T
the
and this
morning.
in this bad boy, man. Like you say, not too many people that's more influential than he was. He
Hmm.
has been. He has been. Ice T ain't went nowhere. He ain't going nowhere. So
No.
nobody much more influential than Ice, man.
Hmm.
I'm liking that, man. So
Hmm.
let's hear some more about the trip, man. So this was really what I felt like I seen and followed along in the timeline was this was a I don't know if I want to use the word rehabilitation trip, but like a trip to recharge and just a trip to like reset, right? For you to get
Hmm.
out and just reset. Of course, celebrate your day and yourself
Hmm.
and the whole business. But like, man, tell me some more about how relaxing this trip was and like the importance of taking time to unplug some and recharge and focusing energy on that.
Well, I'm glad you said that because when I'm gonna
Yeah,
use me when
yeah, yeah.
I do some things for myself. I've never been out the country before. I've never been
There we go.
nowhere as far as just to be honest, Vegas.
Right.
I've never been nowhere past Phoenix.
Okay.
Um,
Man.
and so when I was presented with the opportunity to go, I went and I
Yeah.
wanted to see what this other country was like. I figured out that being at a resort, the things that I'd be missing out on as far as pampering myself,
Right.
and and doing those things to clear your mind.
Right.
The from everywhere from the hospitality
Yeah.
down to the scenery was just
Right.
beautiful.
There,
Everything
there
was
you,
beautiful. And I couldn't have wanted for nothing else. It was something. When I was on the beach in my cabana, kicking back, playing. People watching, playing.
yeah.
What is this thing called? It's called the Switch 2.
Okay.
I was playing the Switch, and I was sitting back and just thinking about a lot of different things about
Yeah.
how I want things to go in my life, how I want
Right.
things to change, and
Right.
all that type of stuff. And it's clear. It's not convoluted.
There you
It's
go.
clear. Everything is clear. It's not like you gotta really wade through murky waters. It just
Yeah.
hit you. Everything just hit. It was hitting me.
Right.
It was just hitting me. And so being out there for 4 days, the traveling and all of that, it was good, man. It was a
Right.
real good experience to
Yeah.
be able to see how other people do it in their country,
No doubt.
in Mexico, Spanish,
Yeah.
and just see the differences. You got them La Policia standing
Yeah.
up there with them big machine guns.
Yeah.
I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
it's just certain things that we don't see
Right.
on the daily over here.
Right.
And all of these resorts, everything all inclusive. You get to eat when you want to. You get to
No
drink
doubt.
when you how much you want to,
Right.
and just people watch. That's what it was for me.
Man, and I mean also too, they got amenities to help you relax. Massage,
Hmm.
they got massage room and all that. You
Yeah,
know, there's so many different things, and you got to branch out and try some stuff, man. Like
yeah,
somebody say, oh, go take a dip in this mud pool for
yeah,
relaxation, man. You away from everybody, go try
yeah,
that shit.
yeah.
Like,
Don't try that shit. Yeah,
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 because
yeah,
you might come
yeah,
out of there feeling like, bro, I'm reborn,
yeah,
man.
yeah,
You know what? I
yeah,
dipped,
yeah.
I dipped under the mud. They said some shit I couldn't understand. I popped back up like, yes,
What I wanted to try that I didn't do was the
uh-huh.
parasailing.
Oh, yes, yes.
That's what
Now,
I wanted to do, but the weather was kept rolling in every
yeah,
15. It kept rolling in the storms, little storms was coming through,
yeah, the
and I
rip
was like,
rip
nah,
tides.
I'm not gonna try that this time. I'm just gonna watch
Yeah.
other people go up.
Now
Um,
the beauty of that is though, I got a couple avenues. We could go fool with that out here in the Bay too. I ain't gonna lie.
I don't like the Bay water.
Okay.
I don't
Yeah.
like the Bay water. That that
I
that compared to the water that I seen this weekend or
that's
last week,
yeah,
that's sewage.
that water that you can see all the way to the bottom of.
Man,
Yeah.
and even when it was pushing up that seaweed
Yeah.
on the shore, it
Right.
still was nice and
Yeah.
blue.
Yeah. No doubt.
Still nice and blue. Come on now.
Yeah.
I
No
was like,
doubt.
man, this the type of water you want to. you wanna
Yeah,
hang out in. You don't want
yeah,
to hang
yeah,
out in that bay water. That bay water
yeah.
got
You
something
ain't
else in
lying.
it.
Yeah, something might
It's
stick
something
to
else
you.
in that.
Yeah, something might stick to you in that bay water. Let me cut this out.
Yeah. A lot of cement blocks floating up to the surface.
Hey, hey, you crazy. Hey, for real though. Yeah, yeah, but no, hey, I ain't gonna lie. I just want to say, as a cap off to this segment we on, y'all look, don't hesitate to treat yourself, man. Like
Yeah,
if you ain't caught nothing else from this year, right? It's Mando. Like
yeah.
that's mandatory. If you
Hmm.
don't ever take the time to pat yourself on the back a little bit, allow yourself to, them feet to kick up and enjoy it and feel the
Yeah.
breeze,
Hmm.
and you know,
What
life.
what are we doing this for?
What are we doing this for? Yeah, life is passing you by without a why.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
You got to ask yourself, what am I? Why am I doing this to
man,
myself every day? I go out of here. I make a living, and I work hard, and
straight up.
it's the certain. Sometimes you gotta forget that. I forgot all what
Yeah,
I had to do for about a week.
hey, there it is.
Everything I
There it
forgot.
is.
Now I'm getting geared back up to start a
Yeah,
new lane going into this new things
yeah,
I've got going on the horizon.
there
So
it
you know
is.
it's just all how you see yourself
Yeah,
being yourself.
that's it. That's it. And carve out a path that you see, right?
Yeah,
Like if you don't have no, if you can, don't have no vision or oversight on the path that you walk in, then you just basically running in place,
yeah,
right? And so like, yeah, make sure. My mama used to always say to me, when you trying to make your life into the perfect picture or cosm of it, act like you sculpting a horse, right?
yeah,
And you chip away every piece of clay that don't match.
yeah,
If it don't look like a horse, get rid of the shit.
yeah, yeah,
Right, bam.
yeah,
And
yeah,
if you
yeah,
take
yeah,
that metaphor and say like, yeah, if you chip away everything that don't look like a horse, you got no choice but to have a horse when you step away.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah.
And you ain't got to be a horse. You
Mm.
say sculpt the elephant,
Yeah,
sculpt
scope.
the
Yeah,
leopard.
whatever you want to throw in there at that point,
Yeah,
you
exactly.
throw in there to make the point. Yeah, no,
That's
that's
it,
good.
pain. But sculpt your vision, and
Hmm.
everything else that don't look right should be on the floor to get swept away.
Yeah.
That's it.
Absolutely,
That's it.
absolutely,
That's it.
absolutely, and that extends as far out as relationships and
Yeah.
everything. I
Yeah, no
mean,
doubt.
I can't do nothing about what somebody. I can't control what somebody else is doing.
Man,
That's the biggest thing.
man,
I can't. You know, if your intentions and whatever what your deal is your deal. I can't
right.
control all of that. All
Man,
I can do is control me.
no doubt. And I definitely can't do nothing about what he did to you before.
That ain't my business.
That is not my business. Only thing I can
That
do
ain't my
for you
business.
is tell you maybe that ain't me,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
keep moving on. Right,
And if I've made mistakes in the past, I understand the mistakes
right,
that I've made, and I
right.
understand where I need to improve, and I'm
Yeah,
trying to do that.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah. No,
So understand that as well. That's what I'll be saying.
there it is.
Understand that as well.
There it is.
You
See,
know.
but you can only do that when you have a clearly defined vision of what you are and what you're willing to accept and what a relationship is supposed to look like. If you don't have them lines already drawn in the sand, so to speak, I'm gonna use that after this week of chilling on the beach, right? If you don't draw them lines in the sand, then you
Yeah,
don't know when to cut shit off, right? You don't know when to
yeah.
tell somebody enough.
Yeah, yeah. You definitely don't. You definitely don't know. And
Man,
the part about that's the part about life that we
yes,
all need to understand. We all need to we should understand that part. You know
that's
what I'm
it.
saying? So you know you can fish through what is you need and what you don't need.
Man, but I mean that's so real. You know, I know sometimes I go on these tangents about little politics and shit. We're gonna skip all that today because
Yeah.
it's always some bullshit to
Ooh,
talk about with
yeah.
that. I'm gonna call that the distraction from now on. Throw that in the shit in the bucket with Diddy. And I just
Mhm.
say that because it's not that we can't do shit to, to aid our journey, politically. But let's be real about something, y'all. Politics is two different groups on the same side, right? And they
Yeah,
got
yeah,
everybody else arguing and fighting. The key is unity, right?
yeah,
As long as we come together with like-minded people who got the drive to meet and match ours, it don't matter what they doing out there. I want everybody to stop looking so far away from yourself to make change, right?
yeah,
The
yeah,
biggest
yeah.
change that you can make for your community is to fix your motherfucking self. And that's probably I'm gonna limit my cuss words because I got a little bucket on the side right now that I keep dropping little quarters in, and it's getting kind of thick. So fix your own self first, right?
Yeah.
That's the best way. If everybody fix themselves and become their best self, guess what? Your community will be a hell of a community.
Hell of a community. But
Hell
see,
of a,
that's the thing, we get caught up in these lows. These
yeah,
lows really impact a lot of people's lives
no
to the
doubt.
point to where they think that those lows, those losses, or those missteps are
Right,
who they are.
right.
And that's not who you are. You gotta know how to distinguish the two. You gotta know how to separate the two. And
No,
I've learned that by just understanding, we gonna make mistakes. We go
oh
we
man,
and that's how we gonna learn. So
man,
so 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 who I am as a person is different from all of that. I just went through that little low.
you,
Let's go and let's get up and let's do something else.
no doubt. It's funny. Like, I'll suggest to anybody, if you're having a problem working through your problems, go get somebody to talk to, some therapy, get some damn whatever you need. But like after I got shot, man, I was going through it, man. I was paranoid. I was having trips, but I had a lady tell me that was a counselor of mine. She said, why are you letting a few seconds define your everyday all day? Because
Yeah,
I mean, after getting shot, I was running
yeah,
around with pistols, getting out the shower. Like, yeah, no,
yeah,
no, I need to know where that thing at, right?
yeah,
And
yeah,
and, and it was like, man, now you're making decisions and you start not going places because of this. You start
yeah.
getting someplace hella early now I'm watching everything. You can't track everything and everybody, and that's
Mm.
one instance that happened for a few seconds in my life. Other than that, yeah, I don't live my life ducking bullets the whole goddamn time, right? So
No.
why live my whole life like I'm trying to avoid getting shot when, all you can do
Yeah.
is live, right? That's what I was doing before, and you know what I'm saying?
Look at all aspects of your life on through
Yeah,
that real lens, that authentic real lens, that
right.
lens that says this is exactly what it is. It ain't that. It
Yeah,
ain't that over there.
yeah,
It's this. Let
right.
me believe what I'm seeing. I gotta believe what I'm seeing.
Exactly.
I'm not going to be held accountable for something that I really didn't have no nothing to do with. If I've already had a
Right,
discussion with somebody and talked to them and we agreed, and then they come back on their own with some
right.
other bullshit, that's up to them. That
That's
don't got
their
nothing to
issue.
do with me. That
That's
don't got
it.
nothing to do with me. I didn't make that deal with you.
Man, you ain't lying. Like
Yeah,
you know what the and the perfect barometer of this sometimes is on social media, right?
yeah, yeah.
Like sometimes you make a comment and that's something that you're feeling right there and in that moment, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you get people who sit up, drew, looking to I forget what they did. Basically, they on your nuts 9 months later about something that you fleetingly said in one moment.
Yeah,
Okay, okay, boom.
yeah, yeah.
You could respond to it, but I wouldn't. Don't
No,
waste your time trying to respond to the negative and the smut. But what I'm getting at is you got people who are looking at something you said here. You might have grown since then. This might be a comment you made 2 years ago.
yeah,
That shit will still pop
yeah,
back up on you. So what I'm getting at
no,
is like don't waste your time trying to answer to people who are disillusioned or misunderstood, got shit misconstrued. Because online you're gonna have people they're trolling. You're gonna have people trying to troll you left and right, right? Especially the more people listen to you. There's always somebody who's like, why ain't they listening to me? I,
yeah,
I'm gonna poke at the bear. Keep
uh,
poking, cause it's the middle of my hibernation. I ain't
yeah,
I ain't I ain't willing with you, right? And
yeah, yeah,
yeah, like that's something I know for myself. I had to really back down off of was the combativeness back and forth with people because
yeah,
they want to disagree your point in public. You know what? Hey,
yeah.
I ain't
But
gonna lose no sleep.
people tell you how much they respect you.
Out
They
top.
tell you how much they show you how much they respect you by the things
Yeah,
they say to you.
yeah,
And I look at it like if you had a conversation with somebody and y'all agreed upon something,
yeah.
and then they had a different perspective or they had a different view,
Right.
so they decide to call you out on something,
Yeah.
and I'm like, okay, I'm like, okay, but that's not what we discussed. You know what I'm
Man.
saying? So in order to not be mad, or I'm not mad, or I'm not
Right.
upset, or I'm not like that, I see what the respect level is. I look
No.
at what the respect level is, and if it's not high, I mean,
Yes.
I don't think that is. I can't mess with you. It's not
No,
hard.
yeah, no doubt. And then too, like people, especially people that you don't know, somebody,
Yeah.
man, trying to troll you from the other edge of cyberspace, man,
Hmm.
it's way easier to dust and brush that off, because I don't care if you come back with the perfect response to their troll, right? Guess what? You just got sucked into wasting some energy and some time, and and basically throwing your train off the rails. And that's something we can't never afford to do, man. Time is the one resource that I can't never seem to replace. Man, I can
Mm-mm.
blow away money and get it back. I can, man, I can smoke up all my weed and
Yeah.
go cop some more. But guess what?
Yeah.
When the time run out,
Uh-huh.
you out of
Got it.
time.
Yeah, you are the hourglass. The
Yeah,
sand is just dripped out to the other side.
that's it, man.
Yeah.
You out of time. So like,
Yeah.
yeah, you get that final notice, they cutting your shit off.
It's
Get the
inevitable.
bucket. Get the
Hey, go pay. You ain't paid it, so.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Get the fuck, but yeah, boom.
Uh,
Hey, when the man upstairs say it's your
yeah.
time, and death is knocking on, it's your
There's
time. The
nothing.
time is up.
Yeah. Yeah. Ain't nothing you can do.
You
It's
should have done
expired.
what you had to do when you had to
Yeah,
do
and do it. So yeah, no, I feel you on that.
it. Yeah,
That's why I try to build these good relationships. That's why I try to
yeah,
really be upfront with people,
yeah. No doubt.
so that they understand that you got a person that you're dealing with that's upfront with you.
Right.
There's no two ways to look at that.
Come on, come on. But I will say that I noticed that people who ain't living their best life. They do try to take shots at those of us who are working our ass off to live our best, right?
Yeah.
and
Hmm.
and it's like, you're not mad at me, bro, for
Yeah.
succeeding. You're mad at yourself that you
Or
still
not.
BSing and procrastinating.
Yeah, that's what you're mad at. Let's
That's what you're
call it
mad
what
at.
you're mad at, brother. You
Yeah,
mad at that.
yeah, yeah. You're not mad
That's
that we
real.
didn't
That's
go with
real.
your idea at the meeting. You're mad that you didn't speak up and have enough gumption to push your point out there and be heard, right?
And be
Like,
heard. Yeah.
yeah, you're not mad at me for having an opposing idea or an alternative idea. So,
Mm.
like, people, they say get off where you're mad at. Understand where you're getting off before you get off, right? Because a, a lot of y'all be burning bridges, man, and not, I'm not gonna say making enemies, but making foes out of folks that was folks, right?
That already got your back.
That hardly got you back, and you
Yeah.
sitting here chewing at them because they close enough to you.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Realize who's against
Yeah.
you, and
Yeah.
stick with the ones that's for you.
So and stop and don't and what be killing me is people that stop trying to scam your folks.
Come on now, come
You
on,
know what I'm saying? Stop trying to scam your folks. Let your folks.
man,
I mean, if you got something to say to them, call them, talk to them.
man,
You know what I'm saying? If you in business with them, call them, talk to them.
come on,
You know
man,
what I'm saying? If y'all supposed to be doing a certain thing together, make sure
yes,
you talk to them first before you start making these assumptions about
come on,
either their character,
right,
who they are, or all of these different things.
yeah,
Stop doing that.
right.
Talk to them directly,
That's it.
and
Hell,
then you can
even,
say,
I was
but
gonna
I
say,
was gonna say,
even the availability of somebody's time, right?
yeah,
Because sometimes the closer we get to people, we feel like, oh no, they're gonna be there. Yeah, yeah. Stamp them, put them down, and
yeah,
and, and you never know what's tied to that. So, like, yeah, basically, I think where you was going with this is, don't make assumptions on me,
yeah.
right?
Talk to me.
Talk to me. That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
That's it. That's it. The only
And that's
way not to
all.
be misunderstood is to make sure that you
Yeah,
understood.
because you can say, okay, I talked directly to him, and he sound like you know, he with it. It's cool. Or you could say, he full of shit. And that's what I was thinking in the first place. But
Yeah,
that just you just really what is it called? You just really confirmed what
right,
I was thinking.
right. No doubt, no doubt.
And that's real. That's
It
real. And I
is
can
real.
talk. I can talk all up on that now. I
Yeah,
can tell you how. I can tell you all kind of punk you are and all of that right now because I didn't talk to you because I didn't talk to you and I
no
didn't
doubt.
and you didn't say that. So
Right.
that's how that be. That's how that is, man.
Man, no doubt. And like, if you walking away from a situation with somebody that you really in league with, and
Hmm.
you feel like y'all agreed on something, but you don't feel like your point was heard, like, the best thing you can do is reopen the books, man. Say, hey,
Reopen
you
it.
know what? I know we said we was done with this,
Yeah.
but let me run this one out, because I ain't gonna be able to settle with this one if it go this way, and we ain't ready.
Absolutely,
Ma-
absolutely.
Make sure you heard.
It's always a way to bring it back to the forum
Yeah,
that it can be addressessed in. It's
man.
always a way, but you just gotta be patient, and you have
Yeah,
to really have talk to that person. You got to come at that person,
that's it. A-
and
And,
so
and the key
because
is talking to him, not at him. You know,
yeah, and I'm a firm believer in being able to take your space, come back to the table, let's talk about it again because
yeah,
maybe we looking at it different after we get a time to think about it.
man, no doubt. Oh, I know a lot of times, like when it's in the idea phase, right? Boom, we all assume, or we're not even assume, we all kind of think, oh, it's trending this direction. You know, it's gonna go
Hmm.
like this, man. Then you get out there and get your feet wet and get your first real taste of the soup, right? And you say, hey, whoa, it was cool, but it wasn't like all peaches and rosy. Like we're gonna have to work in this area. Like,
Hmm.
dude, speak up. Because if you out there sacrificing yourself and taking on extra, ain't nobody gonna notice that unless you say, like, man, yeah, bro, this is working great, but you know, it's costing me a few extra dollars to go do this over here. So maybe we can come up. Because if you don't say nothing, everybody's just gonna assume it's cool.
Yeah, and that's one thing that's the one thing that I try to stay away from with people is not being clear.
It, it, it,
Let me be clear with you.
that's it.
Let us get this clear because if I'm not, then it's gonna be some misunderstanding, and then we probably have to do something else. We shouldn't even have to do.
Exactly, or get to taking this down a sour lane that it didn't
Hmm.
need to be down. And
Yeah.
like,
Hmm.
man, I don't like
Hmm.
wasting my time and energy. So
Hmm.
if we was going and doing our thing and working on something together, then I didn't start that to get into it with you. I didn't start
Hmm.
that to to throw that time, energy, and effort away. So I don't see where people don't find it a worthwhile investment to take them few minutes and maybe a little patience, because like you say, man, emotions can be running high about this, but it don't
Yeah.
mean that
Yeah.
it shouldn't be dealt with.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
Because you got to deal with you got. I'm an avid opponent of dealing with your issues.
no doubt,
You deal with your issues.
no doubt,
Don't run from your issues. Deal with your issues so that you can move forward and you can you get an understanding of what's going on, and that's better than to me. That's better than anything
man.
uh,
That's real.
when you're
No,
dealing with your issues.
that's real. I mean, like let's just put it in a sports reference because we, that's how we chop it.
Back
So,
it back.
bam, you got a dude. He's a hell of a baseball player. He's
Hmm.
slapping the ball off the park, but he really don't have a good swing. He's just, as he comes up in the ranks, he's just that dude. Okay,
Hmm.
having that talent is great, but you're only going to go so far on just that talent. Now he
Hmm.
get a good batting coach that says, "Look, man, you got a little hitch in your swing. When you go into it, man, follow your shoulder all the way. Don't let up." Boom. If he don't take that coaching and put in the work to perfect his craft and make that exception, then guess what? Eventually, he gonna be up in the major leagues with all the talent in the world, striking out 9 times out of 10.
Yeah, and they're
Right,
gonna be wondering why it's happening to me at this
man.
particular point in time.
Exactly.
What work did you put in?
Bang. And most people that are born with that kind of talent, they
Hmm.
gotta hit the skidder one time in front of everybody to stop and say, "Man, do I want to be embarrassed like this again, or should I put in
Hmm.
this work?" You know what I'm saying?
That's sort of what Gary Payton said in this interview I seen
See?
on TV
Yeah,
on YouTube where he talked about his progression through
sure,
college
man.
and then his progression
Yeah,
first 2 years in the NBA. Well, his
right.
first years in the NBA wasn't good because he thought he was on that level already, and
Yeah,
he didn't have to add to his game. But when come to find out, I got to add to my game.
yeah.
I gotta work. I still gotta work hard to get to where I want to be.
No doubt. Because I bet
And
you
so,
before he had to work on it, he was the
yeah,
fastest. He
yeah,
was he had the sickest shot. He had
yeah.
but that's
Hmm.
not enough. Like you say,
Hmm.
when you look at how much time and effort that and I'm gonna bring up Steph Curry because we got cameras everywhere now. And when you look at the time that dude puts into the gym and his craft, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
You realize that, like, yeah, dude, it ain't all about the showboat shot. Like, he done shot that shot at least 1,000 times to be out there before a game shooting from the locker room and
Yeah,
making it.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah.
you don't roll up out the bed with that. I don't care how good you shoot. So
No, no.
yeah, like
Yeah.
just yeah, it's like that's the most important thing that any of us can do. And if you do stack that work on top of some real talent, man,
Yeah.
usually ain't nothing that can stop you,
You
right?
you you
So
you you play a lot longer. You play a
you,
lot longer
you
when you
definitely
do that.
do.
When you
You
do that,
definitely
you when
do.
you take advantage of that, when you take advantage of that thing that heightens your IQ,
Right.
you play a lot, you play a lot longer because you don't have to use that, you don't have to tap into that athleticism that's not there
Yes.
anymore
Exactly.
to get to where you need to get, or to score, or to be a good defensive player. You don't have to do
Right.
that. You know what I'm
Now
saying? Because
see
that's enough to get you there. That's
right.
enough to sustain you for a second. But you also got to sharpen your skills. You got to sharpen your mind,
No
and
doubt.
and that's being told with what people often ask, why how is LeBron defying father time?
Yeah.
He's not defining him at
Right.
no stretch of the imagination.
No.
His mind. He's using his mind.
You know what's funny? The person I was gonna bring up was Vince Carter, his heir,
Yeah,
right? When you
him
think
too.
about that, like he was jumping over everybody in the gym. I
Yeah.
think about a dude back before him played for the New York Knicks, Kenny
Hmm.
Skywalker,
Hmm.
right? Kenny Skywalker had sick hops like that too, but he
Yeah.
never developed his game. And
Yeah.
so I remember like he won a dunk contest, and I was like, "Ooh, he gonna be sick. He gonna be sick." But he couldn't
Where he
shoot.
at? Where he at?
But he couldn't
Where is
shoot.
it?
But I
Yeah.
look at Vince Carter, right?
Yeah.
Even though he was jumping everybody out the gym, homeboy worked on his game. And if you look at year 16, 17, 18 versus year 1, 2, and 3, you
Yeah.
know, 1, 2, and 3, he doing tomahawks on dudes from the dotted circle. Yeah. But
Yeah. Yeah.
you
Yeah.
look at later in his career, he got that little silky turnaround and
Yeah.
and, and working you down on the
Yeah.
block. And like if you don't add them foes to your game, the game will always catch up with you.
It's always gonna catch up with you, and that's life.
Yeah.
You got to add these different pieces to your game. You got
Yeah.
to add this intellect. You got to add this research ability.
No doubt.
You got to add these different tools. You got to add this what is it called? We were just talking about. You got to add this patience to your
That's it.
life.
That's it. Hey, it may be go take a class. It may be go get some tutelage
Yeah.
or what
Hmm.
some outside training.
Hmm.
Whatever it is, though, you got to be willing to add that to your game to
Yeah.
really stake your claim on wearing the crown or sitting in
To
the seat.
play a lot longer, to
That's it,
live a lot longer. You got to add these different things to your game.
man.
Got to.
That's it. Work smarter,
Hmm.
not harder. You
Yeah.
dig?
Hmm.
And like that thing will take you a long way. Um, I'm gonna give a device alert. My thing is finna die here, but I'm riding
Oh,
till it
okay.
die. When the wheels fall off, I'll be out of here, y'all. So I'm gonna do this now, but we just keep rocking it till the thing die. Let's
Okay.
yeah.
So y'all know Big AC is the one. He always come on, everything good. This is what we
Woo,
do.
you
So,
know it, man. Hey,
yeah.
and suckers don't want that smoke, man. We in
No.
this.
Hmm.
Yeah, but
The podcast without a name.
podcast without a name. Let me say what's up to your hand, right, man. Hey, y'all been keeping me going with the good content too. When I couldn't get on, man, it's
Yeah,
always good to have brothers in the guild because you can stay in touch by plugging in and supporting and watching your people.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Those are
yeah.
my guys, man.
I
You're
already
ham
know.
right.
I
You're ham right.
already
It's one of
know.
my guys. But
Man,
yeah, man. It's always a pleasure.
always a pleasure when players
I
get
can't.
together.
Yeah, I can't stop smiling after I do these.
Man, hey,
This is where it's at.
me neither. I'm getting the beep, boop, beep, 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 beep. So it's your
Okay.
nigga from that end, and I'm out. Hey, it's been
Yeah, that's talk. This is talking with OC. I'm your host, OC. Broadcasting live from StreamYard. This is what we do. Get the podcast out on your StreamYard. If you need to get any webinars or you need to get a podcast out there, it's streaming straight to your it's social medias. StreamYard has been great to me. I love StreamYard. StreamYard is great. Uh, to my boys down there in Florida, your Ham Right podcast. Y'all get them. Go on and get them. Go on and get them. Go on and pick them up on all podcast outlets. Your Ham Right is on all podcast outlets right now. I'm telling you, they get the job done. They do their thing. Um, shout out to Coolio the Underdog again. I gotta get with him so we can get some more of this good music, good intros and outros done for talking with OC, and maybe have him do something for podcast without a name. You know what I'm saying? I got another podcast coming. It's called a Second Chance at a First Class Life. That's got a lot to do with recovery. And so I like that. I like that. Y'all might see me bouncing, but I'm relaxing and I'm going on my chair. I'm in my lazy boy. Today is my birthday, so I'm just kick back all day. I ain't had nothing to do. Just getting myself prepared for these big changes that's going to be happening in my life. And so just getting my mind ready and understanding. I'm me. I got me, and I'm gonna always have me. Ain't nobody in this world gonna love me like I love myself. So that's what I've been taught over the years. But I know it's a lot of people out there, that revere. They have some type of respect for your boy. You know what I'm saying? And some people love me or whatnot, but ain't nobody gonna love me like I love myself because that's just how it happens. That's just how it is. Everybody got their own different things that they do for themselves. They should do for themselves. We go through these highs and we go through these lows, but don't let these lows define you. Don't let them say who make that low make you believe that low is you. It's not you. It's not you. I do some things. I've done some things in life where I failed. I've not followed through or took a loss on a couple of things, but I'm always bouncing back because I know my personality, I know my character, and I know who I am, and so I do my thing. You know what I'm saying? I really don't disrespect nobody. I really try to be as authentic as I could be. I really try to stick to the script of who Overton is, and if it's something out there that can make me a better person, then I'm shooting for that too. I'm grabbing that and trying to take a hold of that and put that in my life as well. If it's gonna make me a better person, that's what I try to do. You know what I'm saying? So it's talking with OC. I'm your host, OC. Y'all get the podcast. Podcast is talkingwithoc.com. Podcast is on every podcast outlet. I'm pretty sure everybody that listens to podcasts and get podcasts will be able to get something out of the podcast that I have. And so, that's how we do it. It's talking with OC. I'm your host, OC, and I'm done.